broadcasting live. The only establishment in town that can't kick him out. His own basement. The world, according to Rocket.
Hey, gang. What is up? I come to you with a heavy heart. Oh, man. Lord have mercy. We suck so bad. I come to you with horrible news. I've never been so down about the University of Tennessee football team since like the second or third year of Butch Jones. And I mean that. I'm just sickened by it. I'm sickened by it. And I'll tell you what I'm sickened by here in just a tiny little bit. Hey, Sean, thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate you. David Collins, what up, Rocket? Yes, sir. MZ Zipper Club. Stingray, howdy. Christy Angelo. Oh, God. Maisie Bear? What are you doing, darling? It's way past your bedtime. It's like 1,000,000 over there in Ireland. Maisie Bear's in Ireland, you see. Man, thank you, Maisie Bear, for being around. Bow-tied one. Go Big Orange, Vol for Life. Yeah, I'm a Vol for Life, too. Tonight, unfortunately. Ugh. David Collins, Zipper Club, Stingray. Who else? Pruitt Days for Stingray. No, they're spouting Butch Jones platitudes in their press conferences, and I just want to just puke when I hear that crap. I'm serious. I mean, it's bad. Why aren't they as pissed off about this as I am? As you are. They don't seem to be bothered by it at all. Well, we just have to come together. We have to come together and play as one and play as 11 and come together and just do better. Really? That's what you got to say about what happened Saturday night. God. Stingray, thank you. Hammer that like button. I appreciate it. You know, it's Monday night, and I committed at the beginning of the season to do a live at 7 o'clock Central Time on Monday night, every night through the season. I cannot tell you how hard it was to show up tonight. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. John Humphreys, thank you, sir. You're a good man. I appreciate you being here. William Robinson, I'm new here, but Tennessee needs a quarterback change. John, from your lips to God's ear. Holy crackers. Christy Angelo, the 3rd and 20, and we run a play in the second quarter. Yeah, to me, 3rd and 20. If you run what that says, I don't remember a lot about my high school football, but I do remember this as well. Let's just get a few yards so we can get a little bit more yardage so we can punt the ball, because we're not going to try to get the first down. We're just getting downfield a little bit farther so we can punt it, so we can get it back to them so they can score some more points. Man. I am so unbelievably frustrated that I'll be honest with you, I don't even want to do this channel anymore. That's how frustrated I am. Man, I tell you, I watched. Now, if you were here on the live, you saw that I was sick. I was not a well man. And I'm still not well yet. It got worse yesterday, but I'm a little better today. I mean, I had a comforter on me and I was rocking. I had fever. I didn't tell you all that bit. I thought I might have COVID. I don't. And I was just sitting here rocking, and then who came in? And Bushmaster came in and said, God, Rocket, you look like hell. And I had to watch that game and put on a happy face for you folks. Holy crackers. It was just unbelievable. Oh, MK Zipper Club says, you guys are wrong. Worst thing the Vols could do is throw Nico in behind that line. Well, you know what? You say that, and I guess you could make an argument, Zip, for that. I suppose so. But they haven't redshirted him, and they are which means they're leaving him on the production line, ready to go in case Joe Milton gets hurt. So if they thought he wasn't ready to get out there, they would redshirt him. And my feeling is this. He's an $8 million kid for a reason, right? I remember Peyton Manning was an $8 million kid for a reason. Only he didn't get the benefit of the money. And I don't want to get Nico hurt, and I think Nico would get way around those people because Nico can move. Joe can't. Now, Joe can pull the ball down and run student body left or right and run over somebody. Yeah, he can do that. But he has no facility to extend plays. He just doesn't. And now listen, you know that I have been a Joe supporter for a long time. And I'm not Joe bashing. I'm just tough loving it, which is what Heupel doesn't seem to have the capacity to do. I learned a lot about Heupel this weekend after this game. I don't know whether you saw the press conference or not. The press conference, Heupel's press conference and Joe's press conference. And they came out and it was the most banal, silly, amateurish press conference on both of their parts that I have ever heard. I mean, it was embarrassing. Look, I've been in media all my life. The first thing that you learn in public speaking in the 9th frickin' grade is when you get a microphone in front of your face, you take the gum out of your mouth because you look like a 9th grader answering question. We didn't do very good. We got to get better. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Did anybody else see this, or was I the only one that saw that? I mean, I was embarrassed for him. Now, I know he just went through a horrible thing, but still, he's getting paid $9 million to put on a good front. I was embarrassed for him. Not for me. I know what it's like to be in similar situations when you've screwed up or things haven't gone well and you have to answer quite tough questions about it. You don't sit there and chew bubble gum or gum like you're in the 9th grade, crying out loud. And then Joe came out and said, oh, everything's okay. It's all good. No, Joe, it's not all good. Nothing is good about it. Nothing. Okay, I feel better now. Am I making this up? And look, I understand that there are a lot of problems. I get it. There are a lot of moving parts to this thing. And I am by no means a Josh hater. I love the man. I think he is awesome. But I am learning that maybe he is deficient in the tough love category. That is what I'm thinking. Which is why tomorrow's video is called WWNSD. Anybody know what that means? What would Nick Saban do? What would Nick Saban do if his quarterback was getting tackled and the quarterback threw the ball straight up into the air like a 7th grade quarterback would do? Not a 6th year college football player. What would he do? What would he do in that situation? Would he see the field the rest of the night or not? No, he wouldn't. See, when you allow somebody to do that, to make that mistake, and without any responsibility or without any punishment, then it's a reward. See, they can do that and it becomes a reward because there was no punishment. You can't let your quarterback do that, Coach Heupel. You can't. Because everybody else sees that you let him do that. And it takes the edge off. Now, somebody tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Nick Saban lost to Texas at Alabama, and quite frankly, he didn't like the way his quarterback played, and he set him down and put a much less talented quarterback in there for the next game. He sucked. And then, you know what he said after that? He said, well, that wasn't the answer either. We've got another quarterback, and I'm going to evaluate all 3 of them before we put anybody out there on the Ole Miss game. That's how you coach. You don't reward people for having the privilege to play quarterback at the University of Tennessee when you get tackled and you throw a Hail Mary up straight up to launch it to the moon. You don't reward that with letting them stay in the game. Just like you don't reward number 5, Kamal Hatton, the privilege of playing and staying in the game while he runs over and just gonna goochie and bumps the guy who's running for a touchdown because he's not fast enough to catch him from behind. And because he doesn't sit his ass down for making that mistake, he's going to do it again and again and again and again. Guarantee it. And I wish they were only half as passionate about this as I am. Knoxville Predator. Thank you very much for the chat, for the super chat. I appreciate you, sir. I'm sorry to be a little mental tonight. I'm sorry. Not really. This is who I am. I've lived with this for decades and decades. Sometimes it's been good. Sometimes it's been bad. But this seems to me obvious. WWNSD. What would Nick Saban do? He would make some wholesale changes for people who are not doing and living up to the expectations of their position. At least for a series or 2. Or a few downs, or a game, or a season, in some people's cases. Knoxville Predator, I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much, sir. He says, I want to know why Sampson hasn't played the last 2 weeks and why Mincy wasn't available for offense. You know what? Somebody said that Mincy had some kind of possession, I don't know, got busted for something, and that was a problem. But Dylan Sampson, Coach Heupel said today, well, it just didn't work out that we got him in the rotation. What the hell does that mean? He scored all your touchdowns. 2 weeks ago, he scored all your touchdowns, and you can't get him in the rotation? Really? I'm sorry. This is the first time that I have ventured out and looked at Heupel without bedroom eyes and goo-goo eyes. Josh Heupel looked lost. He looked lost out there. During the game and after the game, he looked freaking lost. And then after the game, showed no passion about it. He wasn't angry. Just sat there and chewed gum. Wow. Now, Dylan Sampson posted a Twitter. I'd love it if somebody go grab it. He posted a cheetah in a cage. All right. And I don't know the significance of it. Maybe it was because he felt like the cheetah in a cage and they wouldn't let him play against Florida. That's kind of how I read it. All right. But I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on it. But I don't know, it seemed like code or something. Right? Okay, now that I have that off my chest, let me go back and Maisie Bear, mind the blood pressure. Maisie Bear's a nurse. And you're right. My blood pressure's been sky high for 2 days. Maisie Bear. Let me go back and see what all y'all are. Y'all are a lot smarter than me. I'm just mad. Knoxville Predator catcher. On one hand, I think we need to fix the line, and Milton would be fine. On the other hand, I feel like he could be the next Dobbs and make up for the bad offensive line play. Milton, I don't think so. My official position is Joe Milton is a great backup quarterback. He is not a quarterback. He does not have the leadership quality that's needed. What he has is platitudes. Yeah, we got to come together. We got to come together. We got to play together. And it's got to be one. We've got to be a unit. Yeah, we get that. We know that. Then do it. MK Zipper, you don't redshirt good players now because you want them to be available to play them, I would think. David Collins, see Bama threw his kids out there and see what happened. Well, no, this wasn't a kid. This guy was the transfer quarterback from Notre Dame. He just wasn't very good. He wasn't a kid. Wasn't a freshman. Most would disagree with this comment on here. The ending sequence of that brawl, QB of Florida was up and was free game, in my opinion, when he should have taken a knee once a snap. Well, here's the thing on that. I agree with you, Chris. What happened, it seemed like to me when Omari hit him, it seemed like he started to hit him and then pulled off because he saw he was going down. It seemed to me that he made an effort not to fully hit him. But you're correct. You know, they were just playing cat and mouse and F-O, what is it? F-A-F-O, right? William Robinson. Heck, put the third stringer in there. I'm totally agree with that. Put Gaston Moore in there. Do something that will create a different energy. I say put Nico in. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to get him hurt. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself, right? And he's got the speed and the instinct to take care of himself. But if you don't want to go that direction, okay, put Gaston Moore in there. I like Gaston Moore. Fine. Gaston Moore was the best quarterback at the spring game. My opinion. John Humphreys, play calling, clock management. John, it was just mind-blowing, which introduces the whole thing about Halsley. Now, I'm not saying he's not any good, because he is. I think he's the most articulate football dude I've ever listened to. And he's been Heupel's right-hand man for 15 years, developing these quarterbacks. But he's in a different place now, you know. He's up in the booth, and it's a different vibe, and it's things are different, and it's going to take some time for him to get, rolling. And I understand that bit. Brenda Dean. Hi, Brenda. Thank you for being here tonight. Brenda Dean, 2 words, Gaston Moore. I'm down with Gaston Moore. You should not let your quarterback get sacked, and while he's sacked, you throw it straight up in the air and get an interception. You should not let that happen. You should not reward. You have to punish that behavior, or it will because everybody sees it, that it wasn't punished. Teammates, fans, man, it's just bad. I'm sorry, my nose is running. I have this cold. And I apologize for the way I looked on Saturday night. I looked back at that thing and I'm huddled up in a coat, and I'm not a coat but a comforter. I'm just rocking like it's my last days. I'm better now, though. Can you tell? Knoxville Predator catcher. Can someone explain why Mincy wasn't... Okay, we've done that one. Yeah, that one I don't know. 90% of the fault was the D Saturday. I don't agree. I think it was 50-50. The D was horrible. The offense was horrible. William Robinson, more. Yes. Yes. John Humphreys, Haddon sucks. Yes. Big time. David Collins, only one made sense was Brew. I don't know what that means, but man, I love that guy, Brew. I love him so much. He is such a stud. Brenda Dean, Joe was like, yeah, to see him after the game, I would have been embarrassed to show my face after that game. Much less go out. I mean, it was mind-blowing. The two press conferences are the result of what you're seeing from me right now. They don't have near the passion I have about this, or you, or the fans in general. And that's why, if it continues, that's why they're going to lose. They're going to lose the goodwill that they have. It's got to be important to them. And I don't feel like this minute it is important to them. It's more that, well, let's just be a family. It's okay. Screw that. You make $9 million a year. You got your own family. Win some football games. Win some championships. That's why they're paying you the $9 million, by the way. There's Maisie again. Mind the BP. John Humphreys, we need Golish. Well, Golish gave Saban a run for his money this weekend, didn't he? David Collins, bench. I don't know what that means. William Robinson, what do you mean, Brenda? Brenda Dean, tell the truth, Rocket. I'm preaching tonight, Brenda. I don't know if anybody's going to listen. The O-line sucks right now. They stood straight up, fundamentals and attention to detail. Me, Drinker, thank you for that. You're right. We get it, Nash. You needed a reason to rip Joe. No, I don't. I'm crazy about Joe. I've been the biggest Joe supporter for day one. I made Joe for Heisman T-shirts last year for sale, if you'll recall. I still have them. They're just not relevant anymore. I love Joe. I don't need a reason to rip him. John Humphreys, but he is playing Milroe, talking about Saban this week. Yep. David Collins, the only one to have that. Good. Yep. Stingray, spot on. Okay. Yeah. John Humphreys, did Mincy get busted for possession? Joe got hit mid-throw. Probably should have run, but our O-line is being blasted by everyone. Yep, that's true. And The way I saw it, Meade, he didn't get hit mid throw. He got hit and then threw it. That's the way I saw it. And it's just something that you don't do. You just take that sack. You just take it. The play is over by the time he threw that ball. Okay, where am I? Holy crackers. I got some catching up to do. Hang on with me. I want to get back to you all. I want to make sure I comment on everybody's comment. Hurts held the ball after the game. Florida kept the ball from us most of the night. They sure did. I mean, they sure did. We had no answer for anything. We had no answer for them. We had no answer for the defense. We had no answer for our offense. Zachary Whitfield, we have big games coming up, and I truly believe Joe will turn it around. I hope you're right. I think you're wrong. Sports banter. Gaston Moore looked great in the spring game against the third screeners. That's true. That's true. Point taken. But the dude can throw the ball. He can throw the ball. And I think he makes better decisions. Mead Drinker, clock management. I heard it was the play coming from the booth to the side of the team. It was all three phases. Yes, it was. Mr. Wonderful, I may subscribe to give you 2005K. You're not wrong. Mr. Wonderful, thank you very much. But because I was vocal about Joe Milton last week, see, I didn't say what I really thought about Joe last week because I had made the decision that my opinion of Joe, he's been playing college football. This is his 6th year. Okay? He's as good as he's going to get. Right? And he's gotten better under Heupel and Halsley. No question. But this is his 6th year. He's not going to get a lot better, if any. My opinion is that he is an excellent backup quarterback. He is not the quarterback to lead this team. He doesn't even run this offense fast as it needs to be run. But Mr. Wonderful, what I was saying was I lost 10 subscribers since the game the other night because I've talked about, and I believe this to be the truth, that this is the most dangerous team in college football. I thought that 2 weeks ago. But their trajectory is going down. It's going down. I really do believe that this could easily be a 7-5 team this year. And it could even be a 6-6 team. Now, we can debate all that and talk about that. You can tell me that I'm full of crap. Easily a 7-5 team. I'll explain the details on that. Joe has been the same guy for 6 years. Why did anyone think he would be different? Moon and back. 100% correct. He has improved his footwork. No question. Hi, James Miles. Thank you for being here. Didn't see you come in. Sports Banner 38. Nico is tailor-made for Heupel's offense. Yeah, he is. Hello. They gave him $8 million contract. Put him in there and see what he can do. The offense will be much better in rhythm with him at the helm. You're right. You're right. He is closer to Hendon Hooker, who now we understand having an 89.5 QBR for the entire season. Second in the country, by the way, of all quarterbacks. He is much closer to that guy than Joe Milton at 49 QBR right now. And I'm not ripping on Joe. I'm just tough-loving Joe. A lot of wonderful things are going to come from Joe because of football. I don't think Joe's going to be in the NFL. I don't think he is. I don't think his accuracy problems have been alleviated. I think they've improved, but I don't think they're They're gone. They've just changed. Zachary Whitfield. I need a cocktail is what I need. I knew I shouldn't have done this live tonight. I should have just said, oh, I'm sick. I can't come. I'm not that kind of guy. Zachary says Nico will be special next year. Yep, he will be. Could be special this year. Moon and back. Team has been shite on the road for 2 years. They've been on shite on the road for a long time. 5 years. Really. Nico can be special this year if they give him a shot. Sports Banner, I agree with you. Zachary Whitfield. We will win Bama, Georgia, Texas, South Carolina. This was a fluke. Zachary, please share what you are smoking with everybody in here. I love you. I appreciate you being a part of this channel. But you couldn't be more wrong unless they make a change that will create a different dynamic. Right? Look, here's what I've been on this planet a long time, and this is what I know for fact. When you're going on a journey and you're going down the road and you're going, my God, I'm never going to get there. I'm just never going to get there. I'm just never going to get there. And when you decide, you know what, I don't think it's that way. If you're just a degree off, a half a degree off, and you're going the wrong, a half a degree off in the grand scheme of things can get you way, way off track. And it's often a good idea just to say, you know what, I'm going to alter this course just a hair, and I'm going to go this way. And now, it may not get you to where you thought you were going, but it's going to get you to somewhere different than you are. And that's what's not happening with this team. And it should be happening based on what happened last year and the year prior to that and what's possible. We have more talent on this football team than we've ever had, than we've had in a really long time. And I would say since the Butch Jones year, since Josh Dobbs and Alvin Kamara, whom Butch Jones didn't play very much. Oh, man. But, the year we beat Georgia down there, oh, God. We had a lot of talent then, but we got way more talent now. We're back in this game. But it just looks like everybody just doesn't know what to do. And that falls at the feet of Coach Heupel, because from what I'm sensing now and watching coaches over many, many decades, he wants to love them up. He wants to, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's a time for that. But if you don't have a tough love stick that you whack somebody across the head with, the helmet on, of course, everybody sees that there's no skin in the game, really. Oh, you mean if I screw up, I'm not going to get to play? Wait a minute, what? Can they do that? Yeah, they can. Only a few coaches don't. And I think that's wrong. Anyway, Zachary, don't be offended. I just disagree with you. Let me see. Arthur Callahan. Boy, you sound a very intelligent man. Let me see what your what your comment says. Having Joe throw so many passes behind line tells me the coaches 100%. They don't run the same offense that Hendon Hooker ran last year. Why is that? Because they don't think Joe can run it. Oh, they talk a good game. Oh, he's just doing well and he's mad. Bullshit. They don't run the same offense that they ran last year because Joe can't run it. And I don't mean to hammer on Joe. I like Joe. He's just not the guy. Sorry. Sports Banner. I believe Nico will give the team a much-needed spark. If they put him in, the whole team would be better. I think so, too. I agree with you. Zachary Whitfield, at worst, I see us going 10-2. I saw us going 11-1 when the season started. I saw us going 11-1 after the Virginia game. I just thought there was some jitters, opening day jitters kind of thing. They scored typically what they scored their 39 points, you know. Then the thing happened with Austin Peabody. Peasy Weezy. That was very disturbing. And then everybody's saying, oh, everything's going to be fine in Florida. What an embarrassment in Florida. Lord have mercy. So, unless they make a change at quarterback, they have to change. They have to change the path they're on. Understand what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about paths. It's not going right. You have to change your path a little bit to produce a different energy and to see if that works. Not guaranteed it will work, but it will change the energy. And a lot of times the energy change will produce a good vibe and a good energy moving forward. Nico, and hang on. Okay, me, drinker, there you are. Nico's little time in the UVA game apparently is when he got a mild wrist injury. Okay, that may be a thing. I heard he had a wrist injury. I didn't hear that particular factoid, but maybe so. Okay, I get it. It's a rough game. People are going to get hurt. So, when do you put him in? Do you put him in when everybody else gets hurt and there's no other choice? Or do you put him in when he can make a difference? I say you put him in when he can make a difference. Moon and back. Nico, and making a tackle is what the team needs. But you can only change one of those fast. Right. Exactly right. Yeah, the tackling thing, forget that. That ain't happening this year. Unless the people on the bench, they're too married to the seniors. Oh, well, we owe it to the seniors. No, you don't. If they can't tackle, you don't owe them crap. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for anyone who will get us a W. I know, Zach. I know. We're just having a spirited debate here. I just disagree. I just disagree with you. And you want them to win as much as I do. And I hope you know that I want them to win as much as well. So we're not on opposite sides here, bro. The day was a problem Saturday. I won't disagree with that. The offense was a problem as well. Zip made the Florida quarterback look really good. And he's not. You're right. Mooneback. Zipper. Bro, we only scored 16 points. Me, drinker. Ollie Lang graded out at the worst possible rating on Saturday. Yeah. I didn't see the numbers on that, but I heard that that's the result. Brent Fannin. Hi, Brent. Don't know you. Thank you for being here. Our defense made Mertz look like a Heisman Trophy candidate. You're 100% correct. I'm not sure how much they can improve. Our offense can improve dramatically with Nico. Brent, welcome to the channel. I 100% agree with what you just said. No matter what happens with the defense, they still can't tackle. And when I say tackle, they can't tackle. I'm saying the secondary. The secondary can't tackle. Linebackers are okay. Up front, DL's okay. But I do agree with that. The defense is the defense, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it except get to the quarterback quick. Me, Draker. Golish is gone. Maybe that is the problem. You know, maybe the continuity. Not that Halsley's not any good, because I believe in that guy more than I believe in anybody there. But, you know, there's a continuity problem when your offensive coordinator leaves, right? I mean, it's a continuity issue. MK Zimmer, it was the D. Go ahead. I know you want to say, damn it. Chris D'Angelo live is buffering. Sorry. Yeah, everybody's buffering. On the bright side, go Chiefs. Mahomes. Okay. Arthur Callahan, I think Joe looked confused the entire game, minus the one good drive. Yep, I agree. MK Zipper, Rocket sounded like the 70s hippie with the energy talk. Yeah, well, I know to sit a guy down when he makes a horrible play. That's energy or not, I don't know. Everything is about energy, my brother. Whether you like it in the 70s or you like it in the 2020s. Bad energy is bad juju. And right now we got bad juju, brother. Wayne Starnes. Hi, Wayne. It was the D, Wayne says. It was also the offensive line play and the QB being a statue in the pocket with concrete feet and being inaccurate with all the football all around shitty. Yeah. 100%, Wayne. I cannot argue. We scored 16 points, too. No matter how bad the D is, we should score 38 points or we're not running the same offense that we ran last year. Period. The end. That is not up for debate. Right to vape. Hey, brother. Oops, I jumped ahead. Zachary, I think this is Joe's year. For better or for worse, Nico will start next year. Maybe you're right. Yeah, I mean, obviously, nobody but me seems to be urgent about this. So, 7-5. Sports Banner 38. I honestly just think it's a mental issue against Florida. I hope you're right. I believe the defense will play better moving forward. Right to vape. What the hell happened? We're trying to figure that out, vape. God, I don't know. Wayne Starnes. So did Jeremiah Crawford, who graded out the lowest in anyone on our offense. Rick Hamp. Hi, Rich. Oh, Rich. Sorry. Coach Hype made $9 million a year. He know when to pull the trigger on a quarterback. Come on, fellas. The D was shit. Offensive line stunk it up. Dude, yes, and yes to both of those points. We scored 16 points. We scored 30 against the Div 2 team last year. It's the offense. The defense is what it is. The defense is better than it was last year. They're not going to tackle no matter how many games they play. That secondary can't tackle. But we're not scoring 38 and 40 points because the offense is not being run like it was run last year. It's a different offense. $9 million a year. Who set college football? This is Carlos Negros. College football is not what we want it to be any longer. Man, you are 100% right, Carlos. This is not your grandpa's college football anymore, right? We always knew money was involved. It just wasn't talked about. Chris D'Angelo. I believe it will be a different story up here in Knoxville next year. The Vols fan. Well, yeah, I think so too. Next year. Nobody's talking about next year. I'd like to win a few games this year so the crowd, so the fans don't go, oh, see, I told you about Heifel. He's not that good. If you go 7-5, you watch. You go 6-6, you watch how fast this group turns on Heupel. And if you lose them, man, it's going to be almost impossible to get them back. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so passionate about it. Mooning back. I really wanted Joe to be the guy. Me too. It's just not going to happen. The shoulder bump by 5 on the first long run. I mean, really, wasn't that really just typical of his play? I mean, it was kind of like, okay, I'm going to bump you there. And don't worry, I'll just run you down from behind. Right. How'd that work out? Carlos, now it's nothing but money. Screw pride, passion, and love of the game. You might be right. First 8 to 14 offensive plays are scripted. Understand that. Understand it. Arthur Callahan. I always felt the players should be allowed a little money, but they completely skipped that and went straight to millions. In my opinion, that is running college ball. On your side, Arthur. I'm with you there, bud. William Robinson. The problem, our coaches don't have the answers. We need answers. They sure look like they didn't have the answers Saturday night. I don't know if they have answers moving forward. I got answers. Nobody wants to hear my answers. Holy crackers. Sports Banter 38. Nothing against Golish, but I do believe the play calling was the issue. It was a lack of execution and Joe's inability to run at a fast pace. Yeah, he just doesn't, and his inept situational awareness. Yeah, he can't run the offense that they ran last year. That's the problem that I see. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll argue, but tell me I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. Wayne Starnes, it's the same offense, but totally different play calling due to the confidence in the QB. Okay, we're mincing words here. Mooning back. The way this team's O is built, if we hold a team under 30, we're supposed to win. Hello. Meat Drinker. South Alabama beat Oklahoma State 33-7. Zipper Club. That is true, Rocket. I do admit that. Which part? I said a lot. Zipper Club. So, thoughts about Neon and Colorado Rocket. You do not want to know. Listen, I have never, ever liked Deion Sanders. Never liked him. Admired him for what his abilities were. But I got to tell you, tomorrow's show is WWNSD. What would Nick Saban do? Wednesday's show is going to be WWDSD. What would Deion Sanders do? What would Deion Sanders do? Deion Sanders went to Colorado and he fired all the college players. He said, y'all need to get out of here because you're not going to play. Get the transfer portal. And then he went and got 70 new. Talking about your tough love. I tell you, man, holy crackers. I got to admire that. I do. Because you know what? He made shit happen. Wow. Hey, there's my man Nugs. Hey, Nugs. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate you. Robert Duncan. The offense has to get better blocking, and then Hooker just can't run this offense. You're right. Sienna's out. He's in Detroit. But I think you mean Joe. Nugs, lay off Joe. The O-line was getting bullied. Joe's not our quarterback, bro. Sorry. He's a great backup, but he's not the man. He can't run this offense. They were Nugs, and they were getting. I agree with that. But But the offense wasn't getting bullied against Austin Peay's Lee Weasley. No, they weren't. They were nugs, but Joe is a 6-year senior. He shouldn't be able to improvise it, or he should be able to improvise at this age. He short hop throws to receivers. True. Mead drinker, the center is the most important piece to this offense. They call it the gas pedal, or I call it the first gear. No Coop. And that's what I didn't understand. They said Coop was going to play. And then all of a sudden, he's not playing. Chris D'Angelo. I believe missed calls by the ref that are caught on video should be evidence enough to make a change. Like the Florida player held our guys. Yeah, I agree. Horrible calls. But you're going to get those. Those things you can't control. You can control who you play in the game. Wayne Stearns, in my opinion, entire team, Joe included, nugs. I'm just saying the O-line has to be better. 100% agree with you. We knew Joe wasn't going to be Hendo. See, that's where I was delusional. I thought he was going to not be Hendo, but I thought he was going to be a lot better than he is running the offense. The offense has to be tailored to his skill set. I agree. Understand that. That means giving him time in the pocket. I agree that. But then it's not the same offense, is it? This offense runs through the quarterback's ability to extend plays. Joe is not that guy. Sorry. Hey, Simply Tommy, that's all right. We haven't been saying anything at all. We've just been kind of sitting here shooting the crap. Nothing important has been said here tonight except by the commenters, not me. Thank you for coming anyway, though. MK Zip, Neon Dion would do whatever's good for Neon. You're right. Harold Denton, time to set Haddon on the bench. I agree. He misses too many tackles. You're 100% right. Nugs, he was good when we had Tim. He was good when we had Tim. Time. Yes. And he was good when we had Tim as well. Whoever Tim is. I'm just messing with you. Wayne Stearns, I agree that on Haddon. Play Gibson. Take your lumps while he learns the fire. Yep. Harold, he can't cover either. Man, I caught up with all the comments. Sports Banter, 38. Refs were horrible, but that is not why we lost. You're right. Okay, got a few more notes here, then I'll let y'all get on your way. I really appreciate y'all being here. I didn't realize that I was just coming to say that I was sick and I wasn't feeling well, and evidently I got pissed off. I appreciate y'all putting up with me. I really do. So we started the season at, I was bitching because we weren't ahead of Clemson and who was that other douchebag team that we beat, LSU. I was pissed off that we weren't ahead of those in the preseason polls, right? They were like 5 and 6 or something like that, and we were like 10 or 11 or 12. Then we win a game, and those other two teams lost, and they're gone, right? And so we move up to 9 and 10 respectively after the first game. So now we're 23rd, and the AP poll came out yesterday. 23rd. We've dropped now to 23rd. And quite frankly, after that performance at Florida, we don't belong in the top 25. I'm surprised we even still are in there. So all of a sudden, this is a rebuilding year. How about that? And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Like I said earlier, I think we're going to end up, if they don't make a change at quarterback, whether it's Nico or whether it's Gaston, we're going to end up 7-5 and maybe 6-6, because somebody, and forgive me, I can't remember who said it, but they put a fine point on this pencil tonight, and that is the way this offense is built. our defense doesn't have to be stellar. It just has to keep people under 30 points, right? And that's what's important, because we're going to score 38, 40, 45 points. But we're not doing that. And that's why I say 7-5 is possible. 6-6 is even possible. I hope I'm wrong. We lost to Florida. South Carolina could come in and beat us. I'm a little worried about if Frank Harris comes back from his injury. I don't think he can, though, because he couldn't even walk the other day when I was watching their Texas San Antonio's game the other day. I kind of scouted those out. And he wasn't even walking. I mean, he's got a bad leg injury. And I don't think they're talking about if he can make the Tennessee game. I don't think he's going to be there. But if he is, he's going to play. He's dangerous. He really is dangerous. And he can extend plays. Florida, we lost. South Carolina could beat us. Texas A&M could beat us. Alabama could beat us at Alabama. Georgia could easily beat us, although they're not nearly as tough as they were last year, in my opinion. Y'all may have another opinion on that. And, in the middle of all this, Kentucky may get may get a little fired up and say, you know what, let's kick them while they're down, right? I mean, this could be a disaster year. That's why it needs to appear that they're trying something different. They've got to do that. Let's see. What else we got here? And John Humphreys is correct. Florida attacked Haddon. And knows he's weak. They do. Everybody's attacked Haddon because he's the weakest link back there. I don't know why he's on the team. I really don't. Simply Tommy, Joe's biggest problem is he can't process the play or defense, and it can be perfect every time. He has to make good decisions and go make something happen. Wayne Starnes, thank you, Rocket. You're welcome, sir. Thank you for being here. Meat Drinker, there were several call-out holes. Yeah, I agree. They were seen by the media. Then the Zebra made the smoothest heel kick I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Moon and back. It was a bad job by the refs. I agree. But a worse job by Joe, our O-line and defense. Yep, especially the DBs. They still don't even look for the ball. Yeah, they don't look back for the ball. I don't understand that. Is that Willie Martinez? Now, we can't. I don't think it's appropriate to get rid of Willie Martinez during the middle of the season. That dude's got to go. He can't teach people how to tackle. Sorry. Meat Drinker, I'd be more impressed with Dion if he was 3-0 with the team he walked into. There's an argument for that. I'm just looking forward to the USC game. I think Dion will get his ass handed to him in the USC game. I think he'll get his ass handed to him with Oregon, and I know he'll get his ass handed to him with Washington. And that'll be good, but whatever you say about him, he has a certain style, and he does get things done. I don't like him, but he does get things done. Nugs, the offense runs on tempo, running the ball, and getting favorable matchups. That doesn't require the quarterback to extend plays. That's nice quality at a quarterback, but it doesn't make or break the scheme. Man, I would argue a lot with that, Nugs. I would say 25% of the reason we did so well last year was that Hendon Hooker was able to extend plays, because that goes to the QBR rating of when you extend plays, you help score points. It's that simple. You need that element in a quarterback. This offense runs through the quarterback, and preferably a quarterback who can extend plays. Joe can't do that. Live stopped. The live stopped? Oh, man. That blows. Stream down. I swear if I see someone else shoulder bump, I'll make them run till they puke. Well, they should just make them run till they puke on general principle. Is anyone here? I am. Okay, some of you say that the live is down, and some of you say that it's up. I'm going to continue as if it is up because I'm not going to be here much longer. I've been on here an hour. I didn't mean to go that long. God, you people are resilient. It's just to deal with me for an hour. Colorado State almost beat them. Colorado State player that hit that late hit Hunter is getting death threats now. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. I'm over the titty bumping, tackling efforts for sure. Hell, he'll get targeting penalty before doing any of that. Arthur Callan, a good live. It works for me. I've lost the channel. Damn it. Sorry. I do agree. Next game should showcase the new blood, a.k.a. the future of our team. I think it's time for Nico to step in there. I don't expect them to do that because I think Hypo does not agree with me. I think they have a different plan. And I don't care if it's Nico. It just needs to make a change. You got to bring some different energy in there. 70s hippie. Who said that? Who said that? You're right, Mead. Eric Berry. Where are my Eric Berries? You're absolutely right. John Goodman. The question is, will Heupel make the necessary changes before the South Carolina game? I hope so. So, Rocket, what does your magic computer say on the Ohio State Notre Dame? I haven't looked yet, but I will do that especially for you, and I'll send you a Twitter on that and see what it says. I haven't looked at them yet. I've been kind of under the weather, and I haven't felt like it. Simply Tommy. Not just Nico, but some more of young D-backs as well. Yeah, I would rather lose with the young guys getting some experience. You know, because we know the old guys not going to tackle them. Or can't. Meat Drinker. Heupel is full of piss and vinegar. I remember that he was when he played, and that's why I'm surprised why he hasn't sat some of these Dinkleberries down who aren't performing the way they should. Because I hated that guy when he played because he was so good. I was at the time I had a big radio show in Omaha, Nebraska, so that went all over the Midwest, and I had to fake, it was fake news totally, being a Nebraska fan. And Heupel would just kick our ass for a couple of years there. And then he won the national championship. And I hated him because he's so fiery and he was so good. Now I love him, and he doesn't seem fiery. Come on, Hype. Set a fire somewhere. Yeah, I'm on your side. I'm on your side, Chris. Simply Tommy, I think Gaston could have lost that game just as good as Joe did. Maybe so. Maybe so, but then we don't know that, do we? Because he didn't put him in. That's my point. You always get an answer when you change direction off the road that you're going. Always get an answer. Let's see. Let's go over here. Let's go this way and see if we see the restaurant. Oh, No, it's a dead end. Okay, well, let's not go here anymore. Let's go this way now. Anyway, fire, set this place on fire. You're right, babe. Hey, listen, I'm going to get out of here. I'm taking up too much of y'all's time, and I appreciate you listening, and I'm getting a sore throat, and my nose is running, and I need some elderberry tea or whiskey or something. Anyway, whether he makes changes, sticks with the plan, will show how good Heupel really is. Well, you know, hey, they're paying him $9 million, and he for sure knows more about it than I do. I think. I know, I love my Heupel, and I love Joe, but something's got to happen, or the worst thing that can happen is to end up 7-5 or 6-6. He will lose the fan base. He will lose them before the end of the season. And that would be tragic. And it's not going to matter how good Nico is next year. If he loses them this year, he can't afford to lose them this year because that'd be kind of being snake bit, right? Because he's just done so well so quickly. That's the bad part of doing so well so quickly, is because there's an expectation now. The expectation is, if it's not working, do something that seems like it might work. And if it doesn't work, they'll forgive you because you tried to fix it. If you don't try to fix it, man, they will hate you. All right. I'm with you, Vape. And I'm with you on the Pullin Milton, and I'm with you, Vape, on the whiskey, which is exactly where I'm going. Thank you, Mead, for the Feel Better vibe. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Take care. God bless. And go Big Orange.